There'll be two races at Bathurst this year. The first will be held on the October long weekend, featuring the world's biggest touring car names. Leading the Australian charge will be Brad Jones, who would dearly love to follow in the footsteps of another Jones, the World Formula One champion, Alan Jones.
Well, there goes my F1 for you.
Another Jones with the world at his feet.
Well, I wanted to go and do F1, but it didn't take long to realise that unless you've got unbelievably wealthy parents or someone that's willing to help you that has millions to throw at it, you're just never going to make it.
But making it is one thing bushy Brad Jones has been good at. Six-time Oscar winner, Australian Super Touring champion, won 2 Macau Grand Prix. Now he's aiming higher than ever before.
Everything we've taken on, we've won it. Bathurst is just a new challenge and everybody's keen for new challenges. And I'm sure we'll be at the pointy end when it counts.
Bring it on! Jones' success story rises above the most bitter off-season in this country's dynamic motor history. Rewind to October. Sunday, bloody Sunday for some, but not for a kid just out of racing nappies.
And he points it up toward the checkered flag, and Craig Lowndes wins the 1996 AMP Bathurst 1000.
Craig Lowndes stopped the Bathurst legends in their tracks. His gutsy, focused determination shooting him into international stardom. Rescue me! Lowndes should have inspired more, but strangely enough, it was an epitaph. An epitaph Bathurst will never be the same again. Bathurst in '97 will be split in two very different races. All because the powerful IMG Group and a faction of drivers and owners wanted a new direction. If their new direction works, will be answered by year's end.
As time goes on, the V8s will die off a natural death. Australians have always been a V8 people, but when you go and have a look at how many cars are actually bought that are V8s, or for that instance, HSV Commodores or V8 Falcons, it's very few. To tell you the truth, I can't wait for the day when some of the 5 litre people come and race against us in our super touring car class and find out that we really aren't pussycats.
What has resulted is an international 2 litre race headed by Aussies Brad Jones, Peter Brock and Jim Richards, still called the Bathurst 1000, but now truly a world race. No more do you get the corner store battle for the market. Now it's Versace, Hugo Boss, chic, European, global. Heading the field, Frank Biela, World Touring Champion. British Touring's numero uno.
A crushing championship win by Biela and his 4-wheel drive Audi in their debut year.
That was an exciting last race, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was fantastic. It's really good. You know, I won the first one and I won the last one. I think that was just fantastic. It was a really tough race.
And there's John Cleland, who's rumoured to be partnering Peter Brock this year.
Down Collinroy, we're doing last year with the Pinnacle car, I was doing 297 kilometres an hour through the kink. It's pretty scary, because if something goes wrong and you go off, you're going to be back in Sydney before it stops hitting things. So, I mean, it's a heck of a place.
Someone from Japan or Italy, England, Germany, North America can come with their cars and compete in our race. That's something that touring car racing at Bathurst hasn't seen probably since 1987.
Bathurst always started out originally as a race for all makes and all categories, so I think it's so you could say it's back to the future.
I couldn't imagine that they'd have a race that wasn't at Bathurst. I'm just so glad that common sense has prevailed and that Bathurst is there. It's an Australian institution.
Audi, BMW, Peugeot, Volvo. Bathurst has come a long way from its gravel beginnings in the late 30s. In those days, Mount Panorama held an Australian Grand Prix, eventually running its first touring car race in the 60s. Now on the verge of the unbelievable.
Bathurst will become the World Cup of super touring cars.
And it's hard to contend. Kim Jones and brother Brad have made their bush warehouse at Albury one of the slickest operations in the world. 14 employees, a mobile truck, backed by Audi, who won 7 World Championships last year. And its mechanics are working overtime for just one race.
Got to make one of these little babies go for 2,000 Ks with no hiccups.
But a win at Bathurst would prove once and for all they have the guts and determination to be the world's best. Then it's overseas.
We'd very much like to have the North American touring car program in our hip pocket, and when Audi decide to do some racing in Asia, we'll also be bidding for that project. So I think it become quite big. You know, I would envisage having a staff of 35 or 36 and preparing different bits and pieces and sending them off to Asia or North America or wherever we end up with our teams operating.
Back on the Formula One computer, Brad Jones plays out his boyhood dreams. For all his great competitiveness, his Bathurst ambition, there's something down home about this fella.
I don't know if I'd call myself a playboy. I'm just the driver. Quite a simple task, really, and as pointed out to me very frequently in this team, that they're the easiest things to replace.